Hello, my name is Sean York, and this is my Econ 1101 reading comprehension assessment. We were given 5 questions based on Chapter 5 Elasticity and the article Elasticity, Costs, and Customers. So let's begin. Question 1 states, based on your reading of Chapter 5 Elasticity and the article above, what factor would you think determines how firms can pass on costs or retain profit shares from sales of a product when key input prices fluctuate? The answer to this question would be elasticity of demand. The definition of elasticity of demand is the shift in demand for an item or service when a change occurs in one of the variables that buyers consider as part of their purchase decisions. These variables include price, income, and supply. Keeping this in mind helps companies make smart decisions in navigating cost and profit margins. The article mentioned aspirin and coffee, and question 2 asks us to determine whether aspirin and coffee would have an elastic or inelastic demand curve. Aspirin is defined as a common over-the-counter drug for relieving minor aches, pains, and fevers. People also use it as an anti-inflammatory or blood thinner. Because the uses of this product are so niche, aspirin would be an inelastic demand curve, or it would have an inelastic demand curve because there aren't many over-the-counter alternatives that can replace it. Coffee is defined as a beverage brewed from roasted coffee beans. Coffee has a stimulating effect on humans primarily due to its caffeine content. Coffee would have an elastic demand curve because if price increases on one brand, there's other brands that sell the same thing. Unlike aspirin, there's many brands that sell coffee, so it isn't hard to find alternatives. Let's say you go to the store and you want to buy coffee beans, but the price has increased significantly. You could either A, go find another brand that sells similar coffee beans because there's a plethora, or B, you could buy energy drinks because energy drinks also contain caffeine if that's what you want out of coffee. Therefore, the demand of coffee will just fall off if the price goes up because the demand will shift to other alternatives. Question 3 states, which demand curve, elastic or inelastic, is more beneficial to consumers in terms of price decrease and why? So graph A shows us an inelastic demand curve, which as price quantity increases, the price decreases substantially. Graph B shows us an elastic demand curve where as quantity increases, there's a slightly lower price. Both would be good for consumers because they offer you a lower price when you buy in bulk, but overall, the inelastic demand curve would be better because as when you want to buy more, you will ultimately be paying less. Question 4 states, which situation could lead to a fall in sales revenue for producers with the discovery of new technology? Why are producers still inclined to implement new technology in the production process? The answer to this question would be inelastic would lead to a fall in sales revenue because although the price decrease is beneficial to consumers, the higher the quantity gets, the lower the demand becomes and the lower the price gets. So you're paying to produce all of this product, but it's selling for less and people want it less. And producers are still inclined to implement new technology in the production process because they're trying to figure out new ways to make the process cheaper and faster so they're able to make their money back that they are putting into these products and produce more for less and be more efficient. Question 5 says, since the demand for food is generally inelastic, which of the 2 graphs would you apply to the market for agricultural products? Please explain what would happen to prices and quantity. If there is a surge in protection, A, and B, if due to poor weather or other factors, the supply of crops decrease. So for the graph of agricultural products, I would pick the inelastic graph because most agricultural products are food. And so if food is inelastic, so would crops and agricultural products because they are necessities to our lives. If a surge in production happened to these agricultural products, it would either lead to a decrease in price or more likely an increase in quantity sold, which those go kind of hand in hand because as you sell more because you have a surplus of goods, you would want to decrease the price so you can keep getting those goods out and make more money. And then if poor weather caused the supply to decrease, it would lead to a price increase to make the supply last longer until the crops have a chance to increase in quantity again. And they are able to produce the same amount that they were before. So they would be trying to conserve what they have currently. So yeah, this was my Econ 1101 reading comprehension assessment. Thank you for watching.